Alright, we gotta do a little troubleshooting on the Suburban today. Fine winter machine we got here. Well, see, what's happening, get in here, is, well, this wasn't working right. So we handled that. Tore all this stuff apart to replace that blend door actuator that's down there. I can get you guys to see it. Do this one-handed. So I gotta plug this back in anyways. So what was happening is I was getting no heat. And I think what had happened initially is somebody spilled something all in the dashboard of this car, because it was just like thick with just that brown sticky crap. And that blend door up here in the heater box was stuck on whatever direction it was, to where I was getting no heat at all. So took it all apart, figured out blend door was stuck, got it to move again. So this actuator, the other one was kind of just wasn't, it was pretty sticky. So wound up finding a replacement for pretty cheap. Got it here, so I got to run a calibration procedure on it to make it where it'll work. I mean, you probably don't have to actually do that, but well, it's not working. By not working, I mean it goes all the way over to one side and just stays there no matter what I do with the controls. So we're going to try to make this work. So in order to do this is a 2003. It has the real fancy climate control with electric everything, and well, we've been down this road before because well, there's the HVAC control that came in it. I'm not ready for you yet, calm down. Here was the spare one I had from when I used to work at a place where these were used and serviced. That one didn't work. So we got this one, because it came with a guarantee off the internet. So what you have to do to calibrate these, turn it on, put it in auto. So it's going to go to auto, whatever. Shut this off. We got to come over here under the hood. I could have left myself a little bit more room, maybe. Flip up the old power barn here. See what we got. So we're looking for the HVAC ECAS, that one at 10 ampere. And then since some of this harness goes into radio too, just for make double sure, I'm going to pull that one too. So which 10 is it? It's at 10 and at 15. Now we wait about a minute before we put those back in. So you got to wait, and that'll give it time to reflash. I don't know. Other than that, honestly, for 160,000 miles, this car is pretty clean, and it really hasn't had a whole lot done to it. You know, you can see we had to put the new brake lines on. They're, you know, well, they're all stainless and they work great. But you know, if you ever do go to do these stainless brake lines on the whole, that was what was wrong with the whole car. That's why they got rid of it, because they didn't want to pay the labor to put the brakes on it, because it needed pads, rotors, and new lines from sitting, and the lines were all blown out. So the only thing with these stainless ones is the flares, the double flares on them are a lot stiffer than the regular steel lines or those copper lines or whatever. So you really got to just give them the torque to get them to seat in there and not leak. And if they do leak, you usually can just give them a little extra click and they work pretty good. So it's been about a minute. So we'll put these back in just like that. Okay, take those with us so I don't forget about them. We're done under here. Now we go back in here and we start it and run it and just let it go for about a minute or two, somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes. What it'll do is these will all run through a calibration. You'll feel it all. It'll come out through the top, the bottom, hot, cold. It's doing it. It's moving. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes all the way to one extreme and then all the way back to the other. It does it for both sides, for all the other stuff, and that's what it is. It's a self-learning procedure. This is the easiest way to do this, again, without having a Tech 2. I don't have one. I'm not gonna try to track one down to find one. But you can see, like, when it comes back on, it just goes to, with the full auto like this, it's at 74 now. This may be the same or different with a one of the controls that have the 2 dials that go up and down, or like the 3 knobs, or you know, these were all basically the same from 99 to 07, with a couple little other things, and depending on your trim package, like this thing is just, you know, this is just a loaded mother right here. She's got it all, you know, everything. So this has got the whole climate control and everything else. So, you know, it's got the digital, you know, electrical everything, which I usually don't prefer, but, you know, the price was right. All right, so it's probably been about a minute, I think. I can feel it's all done doing its thing, and there's no actual, you see heat coming out down here. It's coming out the floor right now. So I didn't touch anything there. So now what you want to do is shut it off, wait 10 seconds, but no more than 30 seconds. So just kind of count to yourself, you know, and let it do its thing. It's probably been there. Start it back up, goes back to it. But if I look down here, that's somewhere in the middle. So the reason I left this off is you can put this back up underneath there and put the thing back up underneath, is I want to see, and this, oddly enough, it's on the passenger side, but this is what controls the temperature on the drivers. So I don't want the AC on. Let's put this on something I can feel. We're gonna just give it all the heat because it didn't have any heat. So I should be able to look at that. It's all going all the way over to one side. You see what happens if I turn it all the way down to cold. What happens? Is it moving? I think it's moving. I don't know. Let's try this again. Here, maybe I'll move them both down to cold. So they're both set on cold. I don't see movement. Oh boy. Well, maybe this didn't work. Let's try hot all the way. I heard something clicking. Yeah, this isn't like the old vacuum ones where you can sort of hear what's going to go on or occur. Let's try it in auto, see what happens. I don't know. All right, well, here's what we're gonna do. Put it back to the default auto. It's running. Turn the AC off. Shouldn't I wonder if that compressor's running or not. Let's go take a look. She's got to warm up anyway. Put it all the way down there. I don't even know if I can see it. Nope, she ain't running. Oh, there it goes. I heard it click. So that's cycling that. Not that that matters, but that just tells me if this is doing what I'm telling it to do. I'll tell you what, I know that there's a temperature sensor that compares the ambient air and what's in here, so no matter what, I might have to wait till a warmer day to do this because it's only, what is it, 47 degrees out right now. So even if I put that all the way at 60, it's still going to be in heat, in a heat mode. So I guess I gotta get it, wait till a day where it's a little bit warmer to see what it'll do. Otherwise, in the meantime, we're just going to leave her dangle over there, just kind of like a passenger accessory. You can be like a cat, play with that with your foot if you want, because I got the actual stub for the blend door just pinned over, and by, I mean, it just pushed the one way. So I got heat over here. I like floor heat anyway, it does better. I hated that crap blowing in your face, so I like it on the floor heat anyway. So I got full heat on over here. So, you know, then that's about all we got for that. And then for good measure, just making sure she's still happy.